Welcome everyone to a scene of Living World of Darkness, Camarillo venue. We find both Isabel and Jason hanging out at Isabel's brownstone. Jason has just come in from one of his nightly runs, getting fairly late into the night, but still not a whole lot's going on. He's hanging out, watching the news with nothing really much to do. And this is where we'll open the scene on this dreary, almost relaxing night.
And Isabel's been sitting in her living room for a while now, and she's got her laptop in her lap, and she's kind of sprawled out across the love seat, and feet kind of hanging over the edge, and she's tip-tapping away, kind of not really paying attention when Logan enters the room. But
Jason,
I am so sorry. Anyway, when Jason enters the room, and she's just kind of, she seems out of it.
When Jason comes in, he has his tote bag that he's been carrying his exercise clothes in, which he stashes in the corner of the living room for now before he goes up to the room that she finally prepared for him, instead of carrying it all the way up there and coming back. Sits down in one of the available chairs and flicks on the TV. Like I said, going to a news station. Even there, not a whole lot's going on. But he watches it for a little bit, and every once in a while takes a peek at what Isabel's doing. Mildly curious, but seemingly trying to stay out of the way if she was doing anything.
Oh, when you look at Isabel, she's got a couple screens up, a couple chats, a couple email things open, and that's really about it. She just seems like she's having a lazy night, but she'll glance over at Jason finally and go, when'd you get in?
Just about 5-10 minutes. Not much. Sorry, just been working out a lot, trying to get in better shape. Shouldn't have been that hard to take out that gunman.
Yeah, I can understand, man, but it's cool. I'm just glad to see you home once in a while.
He chuckles at that. Yeah, I keep losing track of time.
I can't blame you, really. It's been a while since we got to really hang out with our little circle. I haven't really heard much from Celio in a while, and she seems to kind of go quiet at that and starts typing again.
And Jason shrugs. Same here. So Tobias and I went out a couple nights ago. Went to a Spanish fiesta. It was pretty interesting.
Huh. What all did you find there? Anything cool?
No, it was just hang out and talk a little bit, try to get to know each other and where we fit in with our little group, and come to terms with that. He was hired to do the fireworks for the party.
I didn't know Tobias knew anything about fireworks.
I don't know if he does or not. I just know that we showed up. They're like, hey, where's the fireworks? And the fireworks started in the distance. He might have just set it all up. Who knows?
He's more talented than I thought. She'll take her laptop out of her lap and sit it down on the table and stretch a little bit. So what have I been missing? I haven't exactly left my house in a couple days.
Uh, Not a whole lot that I know of. I haven't really been in the loop. I went and visited with Ghost trying to get a job.
Oh?
To meet up with somebody. Something about guarding the perimeter of Lady Sheridan's house. But, I need something to build an income off of until the coterie gets going.
And Isabel will kind of look at him for a moment and go, right. Well, just don't fight any werewolves while you're at the building. That could be bad.
Jason chuckles at this and shakes his head. Oh, trust me, Mr. Green made it painfully obvious that I am not to mess with any werewolf, friendly or otherwise.
And, sorry, there's like a bug. Anyway, she'll, I'm sorry, I'm trying to kill this bug and it's like panicking me.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyway, that aside, Isabel starts swatting randomly at the couch, kind of going, eek! Sorry, cockroaches.
Here? I'm surprised. You keep it pretty clean. I hope I'm not dragging anything in. He says as an afterthought.
Well, this is New York. I guess I should be lucky it's not rats.
Well, with any animal, they're not very fond of us, so surprised we even get bugs. Never really thought of it.
Isabel will flick the disgusting thing across the room and kind of shiver. Anyway. No, there's just an occasional bug in here. It's normal, but recently animals haven't really been all that bothered by me, honestly. And I actually need to go check on that kennel for Mr. Green again soon. She kind of smiled a little to herself.
Well, like I said, if you ever need help, I'll be more than willing to come with you.
Well, you know you're always welcome to come with me, Jason.
And Jason will move a little bit and pop his shoulder, and then he'll look at her. So, this computer thing you do, what's really on that?
Kind of arches his brow. Are you asking me to show you the computer?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I see all these people with these, and he holds up his hands and does the air quote, smartphones and internet, and just wasn't around where I was from. Very small town.
Well, you are a backwater boy. All right. She'll pick up the laptop and she'll scoot over to sit next to him and open the laptop up in her lap, and she'll start like clicking through some things, and she'll go, well, what do you want to learn about first?
Well, I'm just getting this texting thing down. I guess someone mentioned something about an email account.
Yeah, emails, those are really important. They're easy to keep in contact with people that way. I kind of prefer emailing to cell phones, but here. Do you, I guess you don't have an email address.
No. Wouldn't even know where to start.
Oh, well. Let me set you one up. And she'll open up Gmail and go, okay, what do you want your screen name to be?
Can't I just use my real name?
No. No, that is like an invasion of privacy waiting to happen, bruh. Alright, we'll do, She kind of thinks about it for a moment and then kind of smirks a little bit and goes, oh crap, I had something in my head and I lost it.
Oh, nose.
It was something like choose up furniture. That's what she types in, choose up furniture. How's that?
And Jason chuckles and says, "Man, I may track in the mud on occasion, but choose up furniture? Really?"
You know I'm playing, Jason will kind of like nudge him. Alright, no, seriously though, let's give you like an actual cool sounding name. Well, you're the muscle, so how about the hitter? Oh, it's taken. Well, we can add some numbers. Oh, what's your birth year?
88.
The hitter 88. Sweet. It's open. Alright. Now your password. Your password, you want it to be something you remember, but not something somebody's going to figure out. So I'm not going to look. You type in your password into the little box.
And he proceeds to look at the keyboard and do the one finger click, click, click.
Isabel watches this. She'll face palm a little bit. You know, she'll let it go. Great, you're doing it right. Keep going.
He'll punch in about 8-letter password. All letters if Isabel was paying attention.
I could roll perception.
Go ahead.
Three successes, so I'm guessing she might have noticed and might have even figured out some of the keys he pushed, like some of the password.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know.
He's not even trying to hide it. I mean, he's just foreign to him.
Alright, so she's seen his password. Isabel will kind of put that into the back of her memory. And go, right, okay, well. Alright, if you're done with that, let's just, let's verify it. Okay, so what's the name of your pet? Or something. You could always say Koi. I mean, you live here and take care of her too, you know.
Yeah. That'd be good. I didn't have any pets. I was traveling a little bit when I was bodyguard, so really didn't have a time for one.
Well, as my roommate, might as well say it's our cat. Koi. K-O-I. Alright, and, what street did you grow up on?
Oh, Block Boulevard.
Block Boulevard? Got it. Alright, click. Type in the little CAPTCHA code. And bingo. Congratulations, Mr. Verdell. You have your first email address. Don't use it to sign up to porn sites. You'll get viruses.
Wait, what? You can get porn on this thing?
Oh, honey, I am going to have to show you the world. And she instantly, because this has no social skills, she instantly pulls up Pornhub. Check it out, man. Endless free porn. Whatever your fancy is.
He just stares at this like, what the hell?
It almost seems like she doesn't even care what's on that screen. She's just like, whatever. I've seen worse. We'll have to get you your own laptop. That way you can, you know, you can play on it and such when I'm not around. because this one's mine. This one's for work.
He nods.
Laptops aren't that expensive. We could actually, if you wanted, we could go out tonight to the local Walmart or whatever, and we could get it.
He nodded. Well, maybe after I get the work computer running, and maybe that'd be a good start first.
Well, advice then, don't go to Pornhub on the work computer.
And he nods at this. Point taken. Point taken.
I'm not sure if Celia would give a pat on the back or a pink slip. She shakes her head. Either way.
You don't even know? I mean, aren't you the one running the computers at the office?
I'm the one running the computers, but he's the boss, you know? He'll probably come walking around and... Well. I remember at my old office, back when I was still human, and there was this guy, and he was always, like, never getting any work done, and one day the boss went over to check, and he found that guy with his pants around his ankles and watching some sort of, like, freaky tentacle shit. Again, deadpan face.
And, Jason just sits there like, really? People do this? Type look on his face, and he just shakes his head and goes, wow. You know, when you're at a job, you're there to work. But you said something about games?
Oh, yeah, gaming. There's this MMO I've been playing recently in my spare time. And she'll, like, pull up arcade. Check this out. You can make a character, any character, and you can go around in these virtual worlds. You can kick ass, you can, you know, you can mine, you can farm, you can make money, you can make friends. It doesn't really matter because it's just cyberspace. I used to play these all the time when I was human, and a lot of it was escapism, but never thought I'd become a creature of fantasy, you know?
Yeah. Who needs to escape when you are living the fantasy?
Sometimes I want to escape from the fantasy, she says seriously for once.
And I want to see if he actually picks that up, because her being serious is not normal for him.
No.
So, let's see.
Perception, empathy?
Perception. No points in empathy, so I...
Take 1 point off of your perception.
Oh, wait, that's D6s. Whoops. Not going to win with that. Oh, wow. He's been with Isabel long enough.
Oh, wow. Well, he's been with Isabel long enough to tell something's up.
And he, nods a little bit. Yeah, there's some things I do miss about being human, but all in all, I mean, I think this is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Well, I'm not saying I miss being human. That's not it. It's just... sometimes the life of a vampire is more stressful than they make it out in the movies.
Well, life in the movies is always more stressful than real life. Or the other way around. Real life is always more stressful than the movies. There we go.
Of course. It's just... I don't know, I guess... I don't know, I've got all these confusing feelings about Celio, and... I want to be the Deputy Harpy. Like, I want to fulfill that. I want to help everyone and take care of everyone in the city. And I want to do good in our little coterie, and I want to make, you know... I want to make allies and friends, and I don't really care about gaining rank or any of that shit. It's not what it's about for me. It's just... I just feel so stuck right now. I feel like I can't make a move forward without ruining everything, and it doesn't matter which way I go. It feels like if I say one thing, I get scolded. If I do something else, I get scolded. If I expressed what was really in here, and she kind of tapped just a little bit, I could lose someone. I don't know what to do.
Jason, being a little uncomfortable with the whole emotional aspect of it all, uh, takes off his hat and plops it on Isabel's head and says, "Look, no matter what happens, you'll always have me as a friend. I'll always be here for you."
Aww. Isabel gives him a hug. And she's just like, I'm really glad I found you.
Yeah,
And pat him on the back.
well, it was fortunate that we all found each other.
It really is. This is a really great group. It's just seems like some of the people that are outside of our circle are just assholes. I mean, that's just life, I guess. Humor on. To kind of shrug and go, You know what? No sense sitting around here moping. What is it you like to do at night, huh? What keeps you out all the time?
I work out, mainly. I like to go out, run, see the nightlife. I mean, it's the city that never sleeps, right? That is this city.
Yeah.
And, you can just see everything. Especially being a vampire now, stuff's more acute, and I just pick up stuff more easily. So going out, running around, you get to see the variety of life.
Well, why don't we head out then? I mean, I never really leave the house much unless I'm doing an assignment or whatever.
Sounds good. And with that, he'll get up and give me a moment, though. I don't like to run in the suit. And he'll take his bag and head upstairs, change into a pair of sweats. And then he'll come back down.
Isabel had already been wearing her general sweatpants and a t-shirt and oversized hoodie. She hadn't really been bothering to dress very nicely, but I was kind of hurt anyway. And when he comes down, she'll be tying her hair up in a ponytail to keep it out of her face, and she'll go, well, where do you run to anyway?
Well, depending on the night and depending on the time, sometimes I go out to Ventru Towers to work out at the gym there. Maybe one day I'll catch a glimpse of this werewolf that runs it, but again, with Frank Green's warning, hopefully not. Or I'll head off to Long Beach, where I met Frank Green for the first time. It's really the Gangrel property, and there's plenty of woods and cliffs. I mean, there's just a lot to do out there. So I enjoy going out there and just losing myself sometimes.
Well, let's go get lost. she'll make sure that Koi has some food in her dish before she heads out.
And Jason will actually start heading towards Long Beach, figuring getting lost was the goal here. And he'll set a relatively easy pace. Not going too fast, not going... Basically pacing with her, knowing that he might be physically more capable for this stuff just because it's what he does. And as they head out, they make Long Beach, and currently it's unoccupied, at least by Jason's view. Though he looks towards the water, expecting to see Mr. Green just pop up out of nowhere.
Isabel almost had that same sort of what if.
But he starts heading for the wooded section when they get there. Throughout the run, just keeping up basic small talk. Um,
Jason, how well can you keep a secret
I think
once they're like far out?
I think I'd be able to keep somewhat of a secret, especially if it's important.
She'll look at him and go, I think I'm falling in love with Celio. But here's the thing. I've never really dated anyone before. And I mean, he's kind of coming out of a really traumatic situation, considering his family was, murdered. So it's really confusing for me because I want to reach out. I want to, she kind of keeps walking a little bit and shakes her head. I don't know what to do. I've never really thought about romance before. It's just been computers and dealing with my kleptomania. I've never really noticed someone in that way before.
Jason nods and thinks about it for a second. And, well, the best I could say to you is, as with any relationship, be straightforward, be honest. And things will usually work out the way they're supposed to. And he shrugs his shoulders a little bit at that. And needless to say, I've not had any huge meaningful relationships in my life, but the couple I've had meant a lot.
Well, the thing is, last time I was open with him, he kind of walked off, and I haven't seen him since. And that's what kind of worries me about it. I mean, I didn't tell him how I felt. It's just, I just let him know that I was afraid of him turning into more of a monster. I mean, he killed a guy and didn't care. I mean, yeah, I get it. The guy was pointing a gun at us, but that guy would have never pointed that gun at us if whatever was controlling him wasn't controlling him.
Well, just between you and me, if Celio hadn't done that, he would have had his guts ripped out anyway.
Well, probably. It's just, I don't know. I feel like he's kind of a loose cannon sometimes. Like he's always on the edge of blowing up. I mean, one time he went into Ghost's place because she didn't give him his gun back, and he almost got into a fight with Ghost and everyone else there. I mean, that's why I call him a mad dog. It's why I've made the joke I need to keep him on a leash. He goes off. And I'm just scared that, I'm honestly scared that one day, if we don't keep a close eye on him and keep him in check, she kind of just shakes her head. I don't know what he's capable of.
Jason shrugs at this, and well, none of us know what we're capable of, but think about it this way: if he didn't do what he needed to do, he wouldn't be the person he is today. And it's kind of what my position in the group is for. I'm supposed to be the wall, the shield that protects us, as well as keeps us out of harm's way.
Yeah, and I guess my job is really hacking, I guess, but I mean, other than that, I feel like my purpose here in this group is to take care of everyone and make sure everybody's okay. And I just want to make sure he's okay and you're okay and Tobias is okay.
And Jason nods, which is a good place to be. But sometimes being okay and being who we need to be in order to survive, they're going to conflict. And you'll just have to trust that all of us will make it through and get where we're supposed to be.
And Isabel kind of, she nods at that and she goes, yeah. Weird having all these deep talks recently. And she shrugged. I had a kind of deep conversation like this with Limey just a couple, about a week ago or so, when I, pushed a little bit towards becoming a deputy harpy. I'm still looking to do that. I just need to talk to him again. I mean, with everything concerning the maestro on you, it wasn't the time to really bring up business. It's just, I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready to do something, be someone. She kind of shrugged, and I don't know. I'm just rambling, honestly. Jason, I guess I have a lot of feelings right now because things have been so weird for me. But I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to the city. And you said we were out in the woods, right?
Yes.
And she'll lean against one of the trees and kind of look up at the sky between the leaves and kind of take that in for a moment. I think what we need is for the four of us to get together and talk. And if not the four of us, at least the main three.
Jason.
Hmm?
Yeah. It's definitely something that needs to happen soon to figure out what we're doing and where we're going with it.
I feel like we're kind of all going a little bit separate. I mean, poor Celio's trying to get the coterie together, and then there's me going off to try to be a harpy, and on top of being a harpy, I have to be the quote-unquote mistress of hounds, or whatever you want to call me. I'm basically having to take care of, Frank's kennel, and there's this whole trying to figure out how to not offend everyone, I guess. Wish people didn't take themselves too seriously. I mean, I wanted to talk to you about that, Jason. I mean, when I called you my pet gangrel, I would have never said that if it wasn't a joke.
Of course.
I don't care that you're a gangrel, and you know that I respect your clan deeply. I just feel like we all take ourselves too seriously. I mean, if somebody made like a stupid blonde joke at me or a crazy Malkavian joke, I don't really get offended. I don't know. Again, this is all just rambling of a girl who's been shut inside her house for too long. I guess I just have so much to say, and I feel like there's someone I need to talk to about all this, and I feel like there's somebody who needs to help me deal with a certain situation regarding this all. So, she kind of shrugged. Either way, well, what do you want from this coterie? I mean, what do you want to see us do?
And Jason shrugs his shoulders and looks down at the ground for a minute and then looks back up, and I really don't know. To be perfectly honest, I was just happy to get out and get my hands dirty again. There's nothing quite like the rush of being able to protect someone, being able to get into the nit and grit of things again. It's why I'm really thankful that I was turned as a gangrel. That energy is just so deep inside me. It makes me feel alive when put into a sense of danger. Kind of like working out. You know, you start working out and you finally hit a point where it's just like, wow, I feel just alive. You know?
Hmm. Well, if that's all it takes, then maybe I need to start working out myself.
Well, it's
Again, I tend to feel more alive when I'm doing my thing. I mean, breaking in. I know it sounds bad, but breaking into places, stealing things, I get this rush that I've never really had. And I guess what I want is to set up something with Celio to do something like that again, you know?
yeah. I mean, we all have uh, our niches, our joys, and yeah. So, whatever it takes, remember that you need to make yourself happy first before you can make others happy.
I'm hearing that the woman from that apartment woke up. The one who tried to kill herself over her child. So I guess when I'm beginning to get happy is getting over that. So I think it's time I go visit her at some point. But that won't be for a couple of days, and I need to get a hold of Rick. Hell, I need to get a hold of Rick anyway. I mean, he's my primogen, and I haven't even seen him in what feels like a month, and he doesn't even know that you're still living with me. Actually, he doesn't know you were there at all.
Yeah, I can't say I've met the guy yet.
Rick's interesting. He's, obviously he's a Malkavian. He's, he's different. I mean, I'm different, but he's different too. Because that makes sense. But I don't know how long I'm going to be in the brownstone anyway. I talked to Limey about opening up that apartment building, the safe house. And he seems really into my idea, so if I get that opened up, have an apartment there if you want it. I mean, I know Lady Sheridan offered you a place in Venture Tower.
Jason nodded at that. Yeah, but rather be closer to my friends. Nothing against Lady Sheridan, but again, there's that werewolf in the tower. I don't know if I'd feel completely safe making that my haven, knowing there's something that can get me during the day.
Yeah, she's got guts. I don't know if he's bloodbound to her or something. I don't know anything about it other than he's there, and it's kind of terrifying. But anyway, and Isabel will sort of she'll kind of turn and kind of look out of the woods a little bit for a moment, kind of back towards where the park is, and kind of idle.
Where are we at again?
Uh, that park where the gangrels stay, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so we're looking at Jamaica Bay Bayou.
Yes, that place.
Okay, fair enough.
Isabel and Jason are just inside the wooded area.
Yeah, we're out for a run.
Okay, so you're not exactly in Jamaica Bay, you're more in Long Beach. Well, fair enough, I know kind of where you guys are at the moment. Yeah, yep, yep. Hey, Isabel,
But
there's a cat following you.
Isabel kind of she'll notice the cat and she'll turn and go, "Oh, hello, kitty, kitty," and she'll kind of crouch down.
Meow.
Easy, easy, and she'll kind of hold a hand out. There usually strays in this area? She asks Jason.
Claws out. Claws out, scratches you. Meow.
Shit! She'll kind of like jerk back. Okay, feral cat then.
Jason shrugs his shoulders. Not that I've really noticed, but then again, when I'm running, I'm concentrated on where I'm going. And especially when I'm around here, I pay a little bit less attention. Something about this place makes me feel safe. And he stares at the cat a little bit too and wonders what it's doing around here.
Not exactly safe, and she'll show Jason her hand. Finally get Coy to stop scratching me, and now this one's gonna scratch me.
Mm,
I was gonna have Isabel kind of step out of the wooded area and kind of peek out and look around.
The cat's gonna go ahead and climb onto your leg, then onto your back,
Mhm.
digging its claws into you.
Eek! She'll kind of flail a little bit.
Jason will make a reach for it to grab it by the scruff of the neck and pull it off Isabel.
Oh, yep, definitely doable.
Alright, and I'll hold it at arm's length, and I'll hiss at it a little bit.
Oh, it'll hiss right back at you. It's gonna go ahead and bar its mouth at you as well. Its fangs, its own teeth.
And Jason will have enough of that and proceed to chuck it.
You chuck the cat,
I chuck the cat.
throwing it in any one direction.
Into the woods, away from Isabel.
Okay, the cat will go ahead and scream, 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 scream all the way and up until it hits something rather solid.
Ooh. I hope you didn't kill it.
Jason looks in the direction of the cat and uses his Protean 1 to see in the dark better to see what the cat's up to.
There are about 20 of them now.
We should go.
I think we should go. There's quite a few cats coming this direction.
Let's go. And she'll start like tugging Jason behind her.
And
They follow you.
Oh shit. My mom always said I'd be a crazy cat lady. It's not what I wanted.
Jason
You
chuckles.
know the one that you chunk? Yeah. It isn't instantly getting back up. You can see a lot of its fellows going ahead and attending to it. It seems to be, that front paw has seen better days, but yeah, it's still in that particular pack. In fact, a lot of the younger Spire ones are trying to go to and fro.
Jason will usher Isabel in front of him, taking up a more defensive position behind her, keeping an eye on the cats as they start to jog back towards the way they came.
There it is.
Well, that was weird.
Yeah. Maybe we should head back? I mean...
Yeah, probably. I don't know why they'd be acting that way.
I don't know if Isabel will look around the park and... see if she sees anybody else there.
Well, we can definitely say that whatever entrance that you particularly chose for this little excursion, I assume you took a vehicle, right?
No,
No.
we ran.
Even running.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Do. Did you take any sort of transport out here? Because this is quite a little bit of ways from the Brown House, or did you take public transit, or what?
No, they actually walked all that way. I didn't know it was that far away. So.
Yeah. You're walking over bridges and burrows and it's whole neighborhoods.
Oh.
Then we probably took a taxi out here to start our run.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that far, so we'll say it like that then.
Okay. Do. If that's the case, then the taxi would have gone ahead and dropped you off at one of the entrances to this particular park. And yeah, I know exactly where this character is going to be.
Okay.
If you're looking for anybody familiar towards the entrance of the park, you'll see the familiar figure of Frank Green, actually, as he's just holding in his hand one particular feral cat. No collar to it. He's just holding it up, sort of cradling it. Oh, there. He's mewing to it as well.
Isabel slipped behind Jason.
And Jason will get a little bit more pale than normal. And but proceed to walk towards Mr. Green with his hand up in greeting.
Frank Green will just go ahead and look at the familiar kindred and say, "Oh, hi. How we doing this evening?"
And Jason will nod his head. Doing pretty good. I made myself an email address with Isabel's help, trying to learn about computers.
I assume we are not a child of the 90s or the 2000s, are we?
No, I was a child of '88, but I'm from a very small town, and only had computers in the public library, which you would never find me in.
Isabel bites her tongue and then she'll go, he did okay though. He typed in his password all by himself. He's learning.
Okay, fair enough. The cat in Frank Green's arms just goes ahead and looks at both of you with quite an accusatory stare.
Isabel looks at Jason with an accusatory glare.
And Jason looks abashed. Also wondering what kind of trouble he might have gotten himself into this time.
The cat currently has his ears pointed downwards and back. His eyes are slitted, and his irises are completely open. He goes ahead and looks at you, and again, pretty much opens its mouth, revealing its own teeth. And Frank Green will go ahead and, crick his head down to the particular creature and says, "Yes, I know, but I'm sure they didn't mean it."
And Jason looks readily confused, not seeing animalism used yet. Despite it being clan discipline, he has no training in it whatsoever.
Isabel kind of face palms a little bit. Yeah. And she'll kind of rub her hand where the cat had scratched her. Subconsciously. So,
How has our evenings been?
Quiet, honestly, and, well, till we got into the woods.
Mm-hmm. And what happened in the woods?
She looks at Jason.
The cat, and he nods towards the cat in his arms, jumped up and started clawing Isabel when she tried to calm it. When it got on her back, I reacted and threw it, not really thinking about the consequences.
Interesting. 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 You do know for a fact that Gangrel patrol these woods, or at least this wooded area, right?
Jason will nod that.
You
Yeah,
remember the orientation that we had when I said that this would be, free reign for our clan?
yes, says nodding.
Mm-hmm. 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 I specifically went ahead and gave the animals around here your scent, Jason. Just so that they wouldn't, pay you no mind, but I didn't give them hers.
Oh. And it's like slowly dawning on him that he might have just made a big error in taking Isabel running here. As he hadn't run into any other animals in the area, he had assumed that this was odd and didn't know what to think. And at this point, he'll speak up for a moment. It's like, I guess I'd never really thought of that, never having really run across too many animals.
You chunked it? You chunked one of my creatures? You went ahead and hunted it? You went ahead and threw it, you say?
Yes, I threw it to try to make sure it didn't scratch at me.
Okay, fair enough. Accidents do tend to happen, but I'm confused, disappointed. Why didn't you just converse with the creature to get it to get it to do what you needed it to do?
I can't say that I've ever tried to talk to an animal before.
It's not necessarily a discipline that is widely used in the civilized world, but it is definitely a useful one when the situation kind of crops up. And it's one that I've used quite extensively to make sure that this particular territory remained under Gangrel control. And, was properly cordoned off and properly patrolled, that I had eyes where it needed to be. And it's unfortunate that Isabel over here was caught in the crossfire.
And Jason will nod at this and say, well, maybe with some proper tutelage you could teach me this aspect of being a gangrel?
Sort of blinks at you. You should have been born with a shovel. That way I could have taught you how to build your own haven. Oh, well, okay. Animalism is one of our gifts of the blood. It's a quite useful gift. And I have no idea why more kindred in the city do not find it as useful. But in any case, Frank Green's just going to go ahead and toss the cat at you.
And I want to try to catch it. You want me to make a roll for that, or?
No, just RP it out.
Okay. I'll make a grab for it as it comes flying at me.
Isabel will step aside.
The cat currently has its claws out, and being launched in your general direction, it was ready and prepared. In fact, it sort of sprung more than was thrown out of Frank Green's arms.
I'll take the claws as consequence for chucking it, and having my previous lesson from Mr. Green, knowing that it's not going to hurt as much as it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm. You sort of get clawed about the face and the shoulders. The tiny, tiny talons of this particular creature goes ahead and scratch across your stone-like fortitude. It's itchy, it's twingy, but it's not gonna hurt that much. As yeah, you hold it, and he continues to slash, 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 slash.
And at this point, I'm going to try to soothe it, try to, hey, settle down, everything's okay, I'm sorry. And,
Manipulation, Animalkin.
okay. And Animalkin. Few successes.
Fair enough. The cat is getting less and less agitated and just more and more calmed down. You're holding it, but is no longer going to go ahead and scratch your face off.
And also, I do have inoffensive to animals.
Oh yeah. But Frank Green pretty much told it to attack you.
Oh, okay. Good deal.
So you're currently cradling this cat in your own arms. Seems to be rather comfortable with your presence at the moment.
And again, being as apologetic as I can towards the cat. It's like, sorry, didn't know, my bad. And then I'll start scratching it a little bit behind the ears.
Isabel.
Yeah.
How has your practices been going?
Actually, a lot better than I thought. Koi actually seems to like me now, so she kind of shrugs. I can hold her, pet her, carry her around.
Fair enough, fair enough. Did you go ahead and cheat and use a bit of the vitae in his meals, or is this all just natural?
I started with the vitae, and it kind of over time just didn't need to keep feeding it blood. It just, after one time having to feed it blood, it started to like me. I don't know. She kind of shrugged. Rick
Gifts of the
told me I
blood.
had to feed it 2 times.
Yep. Usually it's 3 times over 3 nights, but if only the one was needed, then only the one was needed. Have you learned anything since the last lessons that I gave you? Have you been practicing? What have you learned?
Well, I haven't really learned much, I guess, in the way of communicating with them, but I've had animals around me, and they haven't really acted like they did. I haven't, other than this one, she points to the cat, they haven't been attacking me or anything. She kind of shrugs.
Why don't you just go ahead and find out why that is?
I don't...
Figure out that particular creature's behavior for me.
She'll, I guess she'll turn to the cat. Kind of concentrate on it. What do I need to roll for that?
Manipulation, Amblekin.
Okay. Let me check my sheet. I don't think I put a point in Animalkin. But she does have an offensive to animals now.
Fair enough.
Because there isn't any points in animal can, I will go with 2. I guess it's 2 dots of manipulation then.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. 7 and a 6.
All right. What's your level of animalism?
I didn't get to put a dot in it because I didn't train 3 times.
I may have to talk about the STs about that, because that's, oh well. You go ahead, and you reach out to this particular creature. And you start to understand its mewings. You have to start to understand its body language, the way it is sort of cradling itself in Jason's arms and chest, not to find some kind of comfort, but simply just to find a place that it is his own. He's currently staking out Jason's chest over there as his territory, as his place to sit and rest. If you were to look at this particular creature, you could start to understand that now that he has fell the foul beast with his mighty claws, he is currently staking out his territory.
And Isabel kind of smirk and go, I guess that cat owns you now, Jason. She kind of grins a little bit. At least it thinks it does.
Jason will raise a brow at this as he continues to scratch the cat's ear and shrug his shoulders. Well, I guess that will add one more to the household.
I don't think it wants to leave its pack. But perhaps this is a cat you could take care of around here.
With Mr. Green's permission, of course.
Take it. I don't care. There's always more.
Belle sort of shakes her head a little, and she's like, right. I'm sure there's a bunch of stray cats in the city, honestly. I mean, it's kind of big. Well, there you go then, Jason. She kind of nudges him a little.
Oh. I didn't realize it was getting that early in the morning.
Ooh, I didn't either. Actually, at that, Isabel will, she'll get a call on her phone and she'll go, Jason, it looks like Celio actually wants to talk. So, I'm gonna go back. I left the key under the mat. You know the place. I don't know if he AFK'd.
Jason will
Maybe.
nod at this. Sorry, Grant sent me something on Facebook. I'm trying to figure out what it was.
Oh, okay.
Jason will nod at this and say, oh, "Not a problem. I will see you back at the brownstone soon."
Alright, and she'll kind
For
of...
you to go off and leave your separate directions, you haven't been paying attention to the news lately, have you?
Not really, not since what you showed me that one day.
I flick it on, but I don't know what I'm looking for. That's just background noise, mainly.
It's always a good idea to make sure that you keep your eyes open to the news. The BART News Network usually has some strange tidbits. And of course, what they're showing on TV right now is fucking fantastic and ridiculous, and it's gonna eat up a lot of our time and our resources, but I think we're gonna get some new friends out of it.
What exactly does that mean? Isabel kind of tilts her head.
Don't worry your pretty little head. You guys have your own schemes to get at, I understand.
Well, yeah, but I'm always here to help if you ask or anybody else, really.
Oh, it involves masquerade cleanups.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be a big problem.
Oh, normally it would be, but we've got this, well, apparently we have this city pretty damn well.
Hmm. Good, but if you ever need an extra pair of hands, I'm always here.
No, I remember your help with the Maestro case. That was greatly appreciated.
She'll kind of smile and nod a little. Well, either way, guys, if there's nothing else, I really do need to get this. She'll kind of point at her phone.
Jason will nod.
Go on, Jason. You don't need to stick around for me.
Yes, sir. And he'll flip out his own phone, calling up the taxi company and asking for a pickup.
Frank Green, for his part, will just go ahead and start to walk off. Back deeper into the trail that leads further into this particular wooded area. And behind him, mostly on his heels, is just a swarm of feral cats.
When the taxi arrives, Isabel will get in and kind of look at Jason and go, "Next time, don't throw any cats you see."
Jason will nod and step into the other side of the cab. And that's where we're going to end the scene for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, players, for playing, watchers for watching. Enjoy the show.